It is the Riot Podcast. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in, Isaiah and Nikki.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for joining the podcast today as well.
Happy to be here, Hudson.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. I feel it was a good showing, guys.
It was
I felt like we all showed up.
A big improvement on yesterday, I thought.
Okay, because remember, we're just really trying to hit it out of the park this year with some really good shows.
We're going to keep evaluating every day and hopefully continue to get better. The show will, like I said, the first show of the year is going to be the worst show of the year.
Yeah, that was yesterday. That's behind us.
Way behind us.
Yeah.
Today's so different
And
than
this is going to
yesterday.
be the second worst show of the year.
And we keep getting better.
Yeah.
All right, so today on the show, we talked about how Little Caesars is betraying us.
They
betraying
are,
all of us with some price changes.
Now, some people said in their area they've had $6
Hikes?
$6 hikes already.
Oh, no.
So
No.
it depends on which area that you're at. But Little Caesars has some news. And I think this price increase, I think I got it wrong in it. It does include the now new premium pepperoni they're putting on it, which is not premium.
Premium
There's nothing
pepperoni.
premium about Little Caesars.
So listen, and this might affect you if you like to do, what is it called? The
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
Yeah.
I always called it take and bake.
Isaiah's, what is it you like? Tombstone pizza?
Yeah, the Tombstones.
It's looking more and more appealing.
We're all coming
the
back
price,
around
huh?
to the Tombstone.
There's probably a price increase for Tombstone, too. It's just it's not in the news because nobody cares.
Yeah, you didn't notice
They got the
it.
premium pepperonis on there now.
Oh, yeah.
No, see, they made those so long ago that there is no price increase because the price increase affects within like a window of time. And those are older than that.
Yeah, so we talked about that. We also talked about how last night was a big day in the NFL for one of a pretty prolific NFL player
So
retiring.
are the Browns done?
Browns have one more game, but they are
okay.
done.
And then
Yeah.
are the Steelers done? Or that was their last, Big Ben's last home game?
last
It was
home
the last home
game.
game. Yep.
Okay.
They play
They have one more.
in Baltimore, a fitting end. He's going to play his last regular season game, and potentially his last game ever will be against the Steelers' biggest rivals, the Baltimore Ravens.
Is he going to become a sportscaster then? Does he have
I
that
don't know if he's
personality?
well spoken enough.
I don't think so.
Well, you guys make him sound pretty.
See, and also,
He's a big meatball. He's not
And, like-
he's not like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, where he's all
He's not a-
cerebral and
an
he
eloquence,
he
like, he's
doesn't
not
have
a
a
good
mind
speaker.
for the
he's
game.
not a great speaker
Yeah.
either.
So what is he going to do? Go coach somewhere else then?
Yeah. He'll probably just
he
hang
might,
out.
He'd probably just chill out in Pittsburgh and like get endorsement, do commercials and stuff. That's what I imagine.
I feel
Hey.
car commercials.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
a car
yeah.
dealership.
And if I retired from the NFL, I would do nothing.
I know.
would just
Yeah.
hang out.
I don't
Right.
know why when people retire from their sport that they put a lot of like their body and stuff through a lot for
Yeah.
it. Like why don't you just stop doing everything then? You got
Because
enough
they're
money.
like
so much
35 or 40 and they're bored. You got
Good.
40 more years of life
No,
to
go
fill
travel.
your time with.
Go
Yeah,
travel.
go travel around, just hang out.
Yeah, write a book,
I don't feel like
maybe.
I just feel like I'd be so content with just traveling the world, hanging out, doing nothing too crazy. We talked about that.
Unless you're a meatball.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, Big Ben's gonna be just hanging out. We
Yeah.
think he's a meatball now. Wait till he retires. We're gonna be like, that guy's a Hall of Famer?
Oh
What?
my God.
Him?
Oh no, everybody's gonna be watching his weight.
Was he an offensive lineman?
So we also did a food fight today. We tried the new Wendys cereal. We did say Wendys. So
Yeah.
Frosty. There it is, Frosty cereal.
And what do we want to spoil our thoughts, or should we just make everybody wait?
I
until-
always think about that too when I'm getting ready to say it. I'm like, do I say it? Like, did we like it or not?
Yeah.
Or, you never really know how to tiptoe around it. I liked it.
That's not tiptoeing. You just step
Why
out.
don't-
know.
Why don't we do that? Isaiah reveals his thoughts, but Nikki and I's thoughts will be a mystery.
I
Yeah. What
liked
do we
it.
think of the chocolate marshmallow cereal?
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll be coming up soon.
You have to wait around and listen through the whole thing to find out.
Yeah, so we talked about that, and then we wrapped it up at the end by talking about how Apple is scaring people into buying some Apple Watches, which I did see this before we talked about it.
Yeah?
And it was just so weird. I was like, I don't feel like it'll work. I just don't feel like it'll
You don't
work.
think it'll work?
It doesn't
No.
have to work.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Isaiah doesn't have to.
I feel like I would never be in that situation. So
That's what those people thought too in the commercial.
I know.
They
Next
thought,
you know-
I'll never be at the bottom of a well
Well,
with a
before you
broken
know
leg.
it, you're done playing for the Steelers. You become a farmer. And
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
You're down a well.
all of a sudden you're
Uh-huh.
falling, and I feel like if I took a big fall, my Apple Watch might just break. I don't know.
No, it's pretty hardy.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah,
be surprised.
So we talked about that too. How if you're into being scared, Apple is trying
Well,
to
if you
scare
care about safety, which I know everybody does, then do you have an Apple Watch or not?
You should feel very safe if you have one. Apparently.
All I can say is it adds up to a mighty fine show today.
Yes.
Second best of the year.
Second best of the year.
Well, make sure you follow us on Facebook so you can watch the Food Fight live.
Yep.
RadioU Riot on Facebook, and like and subscribe and leave a nice rating everywhere, and follow us on TikTok at RadioU Official.
And have a good day.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Happy birthday is in order.
For someone.
Yeah, well, yes, a person. Her name is Kane Tanaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just turned 119 years old.
Oh, is she the oldest now?
She has been the oldest for a while now. She is the oldest living person.
Oh, I guess you're right. It's not like someone can catch up to
No,
you.
yeah, she didn't.
It is what it is.
Sprint ahead somehow of the previous oldest person. She continues to be the oldest living person, now celebrating her 119th birthday. She lives in Japan, and let's see, her family says that she intends to live another year so that she can make it to 120.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, so she's already in the Guinness Book of World Records, of course, and it's just crazy.
So her birthday was on Sunday.
Yeah, so it's crazy that when you, obviously 119 is old, but then you hear she was born in 1903.
Oh,
you know what happened?
119 is old.
Yeah, it's
way old.
It's really older than you realize. This is what just pounded me in the face of this is crazy how old she is. She was born the same year as the Wright brothers did their first flight.
Wow.
I don't know what day they did their flight. I guess it was probably later in the year. Probably wasn't in January. So that means that she was born before we could fly, before anybody could fly, and she's still alive today.
So if she flies now and has something to complain about, she can say, I remember when.
Yeah. Right.
Way back to when flying was in the very beginning.
Yeah, this isn't what it was like back when we got started.
In the 1903s.
Yeah, so obviously she's lived through a lot. She's lived through 5 different Japanese imperial reigns, both world wars she has lived through. And, you know, a lot of times when you see people getting into their hundreds, they always, when they're in the news, they have like a key to their secret of how they lived so long. For her.
What's hers? It's always like bourbon.
Yeah,
or...
I don't know if she has a specific
is.
key, but she does love to drink carbonated drinks.
She has a affection, they say, for Coke.
Yep.
So that's it.
That should make all of us feel better, right? If you can live to 119 drinking all kinds of Coke,
I don't know.
Then any of us, like, we still got a shot at, and you hear all the bad news about how bad it is for you, but you know what? That wasn't bad for Kane Tanaka.
Not for her age.
The oldest
I feel
woman
like,
in the world.
Though, it'd be disappointing to see what her version of drinking a Coke is compared to us drinking a Diet Coke. Ours would still be way more.
Oh,
I
just thought you meant she needed a straw or something.
No. Like she's probably taking like a sip and she's like, I have a Coke a day.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh no.
I wonder what that amount
a
of
serving size
caffeine
is.
would be would do to a 119-year-old person.
Well, congratulations to her. Again, she's 119. She turned that on Sunday, so she wants to make it for one more year. And the Guinness Book of World Records, they've been following her since March of 2019 when she turned 116.
Yeah.
So she does have the Guinness World Record for being the oldest person.
That is, it's very impressive. I wonder how does she still have fun? It
was the Diet Coke.
At 119, what is there left to do?
I don't know.
That's the tough thing for me. Like after 80, there's not a lot of things you're allowed to do anymore.
Sure.
I think. So it'd be, unless you're William Shatner and you get to go to space. So after you turn 80, like those next 40 years, that's another half of the life you've already lived where you don't have a lot of stuff to do. That'd be difficult for me.
They want her to remain healthy and have fun every day as she grows older.
Likewise. I want to see her get to 120.
Good for her.
Yeah.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
This is the end of an era.
Okay.
things are changing.
It's a new year?
It's a new year, and that means a new Little Caesars.
What are they doing?
They are raising the price of their hot and ready pizza.
Uh-oh.
For the last 25 years, or actually nearly 25 years, they've been selling the hot and ready pizza for, of course, $5.
So is that just a cheese, or is it like the pepperoni one?
You can do cheese or pepperoni.
And so that's the one you just go in, it's there.
And it's hot and it's ready.
Well,
then you just give it to you.
You know, that's a term that's up for interpretation. It is
Is
hot,
it ever
I guess.
ready?
Is it ever ready?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so they're increasing the price for their hot and ready.
Yes, it is going up by 11%. It will now be $5.55.
Wow.
No longer will you be able to walk into Little Caesars and hand them a $5 bill, and they will give you a pizza in exchange.
It wasn't a tax.
It
wasn't
you know
just
what? Just for setting the scene, can we just forget about
fine.
tax?
Just slapping down the $5
Yeah,
bill.
slapping down a $5 bill and say, "Give me a pizza," and they'll do it. Now, no longer. Now you'll have to dig out some change if you want to make that happen. And you're right, Nikki. With the tax, it might as well be $6.
Sure. Little Caesars said that it's still the country's most affordable pizza. If you're comparing the large pizzas like for Domino's and pizza and stuff, which is normally around $13 or $16, I thought I read last week that Little Caesars is also offering a premium hot and ready soon.
Oh, yeah?
So that will be like you can go and get a premium pepperoni pizza. So like the ingredients are nicer.
Yeah.
But don't quote me on that. But I think that's also something they're doing.
First of all, nothing at Little Caesars is premium.
Well, that's what they're introducing.
Yeah. But
I mean, hands raised. Who has gotten sick off a hot and ready? Yes.
Yep, Nikki's got her hands way up high.
Got a little food poisoning.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever gotten sick from Little Caesars, but it doesn't mean you feel good after
Sure.
eating it.
It's not great.
And for that $5 though, it was definitely tempting. You know, they should, because like you said, they're saying they're still the most affordable,
Yeah.
still way cheaper than Domino's or Pizza Hut. They should have those signs up. They shouldn't have the sign for how much their pizza is. It should just be like, it's cheaper than Domino's and Pizza Hut. That's the advertisement.
That's why you're coming in.
Yeah.
And that's fine too. So if you are into the hot and ready, it is going from $5 to $5.55.
Yeah, I'll tell you what they should do.
What?
They're doing the wrong thing. Coming out with a premium pizza, raising the prices, more money, more money, more money. No. You're Little Caesars. You're not known for your quality anyways. Just cut back a little more.
What else can
Keep
you
it at
cut back?
$5.
What else can you do?
They can find a way.
You know what? Little Caesars is listening, Hudson.
Yeah.
They say if you tell us how you can actually manage to cut back anymore. I mean, I know the pizza doesn't take $5 for them to make.
Yeah.
But still, as far as like quality is.
You just reduce the amount of sauce. You reduce the amount of cheese. You buy even cheaper, more cut rate ingredients. And you just find a way, you cut back, and over time, you can make it back to have that $5
right.
Little Caesars.
Well, they want you to come on board and help them cut costs even more.
Yeah.
But for everybody else, if you're like, oh, I love my $5 hot and ready, I love my $5.55.
Yeah.
Because you got to bring change in.
You got to feel bad for the Little Caesars workers for the next couple weeks. They're going to be in for it.
Oh, because when you change prices, people are so used to it. They're like, wait a
there's
minute.
going to be some regulars that are
bet.
not going to be pleased.
If they keep talking long enough, they're bound to say something that you agree with. The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Isaiah and everyone, last night was Monday Night Football. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
So,
How did it turn out?
It was probably the worst game of my life, if I had to
really?
describe it as
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What was so
kind
bad
of
about
question
it?
is that?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Did you watched an entire season where the Browns went 0-16, right?
I would rather us have gone 0-16 this year, and I marked that today because today there was expectations. This season I thought we were going to be good. When you have no expectations, you can't be hurt. You
Sure.
cannot be hurt.
That's
when you
true.
expect things, you get hurt. And then to watch whatever his name is, I'm not even going to say his name.
Really?
He publicly ruined my childhood. I'm talking about the Pittsburgh quarterback. I'm not even going to say his name because I do not have any respect for Big Ben. but I cannot stand him. I can't stand him.
Why don't you
ruin my
like
childhood?
him? That's what I was gonna say.
ruined my child. He single-handedly ruined my childhood. What do you mean?
No, it's
He's
not his-
lost to the Cleveland Browns 3 times.
Yeah.
He's played us
Yeah.
twice for 18 years. That's 36 games. He's beat me 33 times.
It's not like he was the only one beating the Browns
Well,
for the
if he's
past
the
20
quarterback
years.
He's
of
the high-profile
He's the
one.
quarterback of our rival. And last night was an embarrassment. I felt bad for Baker Mayfield. Kevin Stefanski should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
It was a literal humiliation on live TV.
It was.
I love when after games you're like, oh, who should be embarrassed?
Yeah.
Yes. The head coach of our football team should be embarrassed that he let Baker Mayfield walk on the field yesterday. I don't care if you think Baker stunk. He was the only one on our offense that cared at all. He was the one being slammed every other play by TJ Watt, and it was sad.
As much as I would love to continue to blast the Cleveland Browns, this should be about Big Ben. Ben Roethlisberger is his last home game. He's retiring at the end of the season. He's been the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback for years, basically as long as I can remember.
I was asking Hudson, so he's just leaving because he's older
Yeah,
now? Okay.
yeah,
But he
he's
was still
older,
pretty good?
and he was pretty good. He won a Super Bowl with them, and
He's a Hall of Famer for sure.
yeah, he'll make the Hall of Fame. And he was known for, he still is known for being like a tough guy.
Yeah.
Which really represented Pittsburgh and the way that team plays. I don't know if you probably don't remember it or haven't seen it, Nikki, but years ago, playing against the Baltimore Ravens, he broke his nose in the middle of the game.
What's wrong with his nose? Why does it go in like that?
It was broken.
He broke
He
it?
got smacked in the face by a Ravens player named Haloti Nata.
Does it still
And,
look like that?
no, not really. I mean, it got fixed up.
He doesn't have a pretty face. He does not have a
No,
pretty face.
he's never. He's always been a little doughy, but
Literally.
He still
that,
wins,
which
though.
is
It's
part
all
of
right.
why, because he's about he's younger than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's older or
so
younger,
he's
but he's
just
around the
not-
same age as Aaron Rodgers. But he's not known for keeping himself in the best shape.
So he's not as attractive or
No.
like
Yeah.
that. Oh, I see.
But
He doesn't do as much workouts in the off
Yeah.
season. It's kind of what he's known for. Is he's kind of being lazy in the off
Yeah.
season and coming back and still beating us.
He can
That's how
still
everybody would
he
be.
can
Yeah.
still
Most
get
people.
by on his just like his again, like you break your nose in the middle of a football game and you just keep on playing. That's really something. And so I remember respecting him a lot for that. I respect Big Ben. He is tough, but he's also the type of guy that wants you to know that he's tough. Like he's always like, my ankle really hurting me tonight. Really, it was tough to get out here and play. Like
He'll play through the injury, but he'll also let you know that he is
that
injured.
he is
Yeah.
injured. Well, okay. I know you don't like him, Isaiah, but Big Ben sounds like an everyday man.
Listen,
Yeah,
okay.
he does.
He is. I've been
he's,
getting beaten by an everyday average Joe here for 30 years. It feels like
He's a true Yinzer out there.
Ashley, thanks for texting. Steelers with lots of exclamation points and a lot of hearts as well.
Yeah, it probably adds insult to injury for Isaiah that the Steelers still have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
An outside shot if they beat the Ravens this Sunday, but we'll see. It would be a shame in a way for Big Ben to get sent off and not make the playoffs one more time, but then again, probably won't be good if they do make the playoffs. They're not nearly as good as many of the other teams. But
Well, I can't move past that you called him doughy, so that's all that I'll remember from Big Ben and his wonderful career.
yeah, well, that's how a lot of us will remember him.
And he has more money than all of us combined
Yes,
for being a
that
big
is
doughy
true.
for being big doughy.
and a crooked nose.
The Riot Podcast.
RadioU.
It is food fight time, where we're doing our first food fight of 2022.
Who's ready to eat healthy?
I'm excited.
You know what? We're not doing so bad with our healthy option today.
Well, it's not the worst because, it's cereal. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not the worst for you. But if you were trying to cut back, say no, we will say yes to the Wendys Frosty chocolatey cereal.
You know what? It's packed with vitamins and minerals.
They have to say that.
But 25-40% of your daily value
Wow.
of thiamine. So
What's thiamine?
I don't know.
Can't be that
it's a
important
mineral.
if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a vitamin or mineral.
So
is what it is.
for this one is the chocolate frosty because I personally like the vanilla frosty.
Yeah.
But this one is chocolate.
I usually go with the vanilla too.
Mm-hmm.
Not chocolates. I like chocolate, but I'm definitely more of a vanilla person than chocolate.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that as much as I have gone to Wendy's, I hardly ever get a Frosty.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
really get them either.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a treat when you were younger.
Yeah.
It was just like, here, you can't have something else, but yeah, Frosty's fine.
The Frosty, when you're an
99
adult,
cents. Here you
Yeah,
go.
it's fine.
it doesn't feel as exciting when you can have like all the different, like a Blizzard from Dairy Queen or
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Cold Stone stuff or whatever. The Frosty doesn't quite hold a candle, but it is convenient.
So the Frosty cereal, it is for chocolate. It is an amazing amount of marshmallows in it.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed. Like, this is a small box of cereal, though. It's not a family size. It doesn't even feel like a regular size. It's small, but it has marshmallows and little chocolatey cereal balls in them.
Yeah, usually there's like a super low amount of marshmallows in any cereal.
not
That's like
this.
what you want, but this
Yeah.
one's loaded up.
And they're not well mixed in usually, but
Yeah.
no, this is definitely got plenty of marshmallows and it smells
Incredible.
it smells amazing.
Just like
Yeah.
a chocolate Frosty. All right,
so
you ready?
Did you guys put milk in yours already?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
'cause
mind
I
to-
was-
I didn't
Wanted
mind
to soak
sit.
a little.
I wanted to try it dry first.
No,
Yeah, I've
I-
got like the bottom half soaked and then the top half's pretty dry.
I'll tell you what, Hudson, I got one little chocolatey ball that didn't get melted.
Yeah?
So
Yeah.
I'll try the dry. Chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate cereal.
Yep.
All right, I want
All
to try
right.
it with the marshmallows.
Dry, it's just kind of
It's
bland.
like every other chocolate cereal.
Yeah.
Oh, but with milk, yeah.
It actually works with the milk, huh?
There it is.
Let's see. I'm milking it up.
That's good.
Oh, 1%. Good choice, Isaac.
Because he's trying
Of course.
to cut back.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's where we're saving calories,
Yep.
guys.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
Dang.
good.
It's very
Let's
good.
see. Has yours gotten soggy yet?
It holds up pretty well.
It's getting there.
I'll say, though, it doesn't scream Frosty. Like, if you didn't know it was a Frosty cereal, you would just think it's that normal chocolatey flavor.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
think this is just like Reese's Puffs if you didn't like tell me what it was.
That's actually pretty good.
It is
That's
very good.
great.
I don't know about you guys. I got my first spoonful with the milk. It was like half marshmallows, which is great. And the marshmallows are pretty amazing when you mix it with the milk.
Those make a big difference.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That really gives it the
Those are solid.
frosty feel.
So that's the
I'm
Wendys
impressed.
Frosty chocolatey cereal. That's good.
If you like
I-
chocolate cereal, you will like it. I mean, it's good.
I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was expecting it to be fine, but I wasn't expecting it to be anything to get excited about. But as far as chocolate cereal goes, I think that's
good.
really good, and I actually think it really does. Like it's the marshmallows that really does capture something about a Wendy's Frosty.
So what do we want to do? I have some boxes to give away. Do you want to keep a box? I
it
have
is low
boxes at home.
calorie.
You can have the one that's open if you want.
I'll
Or do
take
you want
it.
your
I'll
own
take
box?
it. No,
Okay.
I'll take it. That's probably an appropriate amount for me.
Isaiah, do
I'm
you want a
okay.
box?
I'm okay. You can
Okay.
give my box away. It's
Okay.
good though. It's very good. It's
It's
very good. I'm not a big
delicious. It's good.
cereal eater, so but it's if I was to eat cereal, this would be a cereal I would definitely eat.
Yeah.
All right, well, give me a minute. We'll come back and I'll get you information on how you can win some of the extra boxes of the Wendy's Frosty cereal that we have.
Yes, we'll do that. And I think Wendy's, I just want to say they should branch out. Let's
I'm
make some
impressed.
more. Let's make
I
some more
want the
Wendy's
vanilla.
cereal.
I want to go through the drive-through and order this.
I want Baconator
Put it
cereal
on the breakfast
next.
menu.
Let's
You
get
know-
that going. Let's get Baconator fry cereal.
Isaiah, that's
the
an amazing
possibilities are
idea.
endless.
Like,
Yeah.
why? Because it's through Kellogg's. Like, why would you not sell this at Wendy's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this,
You could totally sell
this
the
would be
cereal
great
there.
for the kids menu for the breakfast.
You could stock it. It would never go bad. It doesn't go bad until September.
Yeah, you just buy it through the drive-through, but
Yeah.
instead you choose to not have it in most stores. So
Yeah.
that's
Yes, it's exclusive.
Everything you love about the riot, plus a handy dandy fast forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We're trying to eat healthier and stuff like that. And I always feel one of the things that makes it so difficult to go on a diet is if you mess up one time, then it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
You know, once you eat, especially with keto, but really with any diet,
Oh,
once
no,
you have
any diet.
any diet, I just think keto is particularly difficult with that.
Sure.
But once you mess up once, then it's like, well, you know, I guess I might as well just once I've screwed up this morning, might as well just keep on eating. You know, what's the point? The day's already ruined.
Well, you write
it's already
off the
a
whole
throwaway.
day, or you wait to start again till the following week.
Yeah.
You feel like you have to go back to like a marker
Right.
to try again.
Uh-huh.
Because you just feel like you ruined the chance
Yeah.
when you still can keep going.
And in the meantime, giving yourself an excuse to do stuff that you initially said you weren't gonna eat, you weren't gonna do, and you just go back to that. And that can be, that's not just with dieting, and it's not just with New Year's resolutions. It's just with any change that's really worth making in life. It's a long-term change. Like you can't just one day decide you want to change and then it's like that. You have to continue to stick with it. And there's going to be times, no matter what the change is, where you're going to make mistakes and where you're going to kind of go back on what you initially said you wanted to change. And again, like we just discussed, sometimes when you do screw up a time or two, then all of a sudden that's just an excuse to continue to screw up and eventually go back to the old ways. But here's the great thing. God is ready to help you with that. Jesus knows that changes need to be made. Like each of us can improve. And Jesus understands that. And Jesus sees what's going on in your life. He knows what needs to change. But what he also knows is that like he's going to be along to help you through that change and to encourage you and be there for you at those times where you feel like, I wanted to make this change and I screwed up. And now, like, what's even the point? God's going to be there with you at that time to say, hey, you can still do this. Just because you screw up one time, like, God, you're trying to make a change. You think God's going to get upset because you didn't stick to what you said? No, not a chance. God loves you. God understands it's tough. But just because you screw up one time, just because you screw up a couple times, doesn't mean you have to throw it all away. There are still changes worth making, still changes that can be made. And God is ready to help you with that. And he's going to love you all the way through it. If you're ready for that, for a God that loves you every single day, that's going to help you every single day to make changes that maybe need to be made, start talking to him right now. Say, hey, Jesus, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for some help. I'm ready to find out more about you, and I'm ready to make some changes.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this, he thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. RadioU.
Nikki, do you remember Goldeneye?
Goldeneye, that's a Bond movie, right?
It's a James Bond movie.
Which one was the Bond for it?
Pierce Brosnan.
I maybe do.
Yeah.
Maybe don't.
But more importantly, do you remember the game adaptation of Goldeneye?
Was there a game?
Yeah. You don't remember?
I don't.
That wasn't in your wheelhouse at that time?
Apparently it was not.
If you grew up in the 90s, you probably remember playing N64 and playing Goldeneye, which was fantastic at the time. I have some great memories.
What graphics?
Oh yeah. Hey, it was the 90s. Come on.
I'm just teasing. It's just like, wow, that's pretty old looking.
Yeah, although it is funny because the reason it's in the news now is because an adaptation, like a new update of Goldeneye, is expected to be coming to the Xbox at some time in the near future. Somebody stumbled upon, it looks like an achievement list or something like that that Microsoft has prepared, and so, like a few materials that they prepared that appear to be tying into a port of the GoldenEye game from the 90s that will be coming to Xbox sometime here soon.
So there was a remastered version that was developed for the 360 that failed because of the copyright issues.
Yep, it never wound up happening. Now this one looks like it's a lot closer to happening.
Wow.
And you see those.
No good new things.
Yeah, that's right.
They're trying to pull every game from your childhood.
Yeah.
Just to give you something that you could have now.
Yeah, I wonder. That's actually a great point. What about making video games for the new James Bond movies? I don't know if they do that or not.
Did they do one?
If they do, they're not very popular.
I think that's kind of changed.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential there, but
as far as I know, every time someone did a game for like a movie, everybody would just say the movie there was more money went to the movie than it did to the game.
That definitely used to be true, and now I think you're right. They've just moved past doing that. But GoldenEye, man, there was some great. I remember. I was very young, but I would go to because I didn't have an N64. We would go to my friend's grandparents' house, and that's where they had the N64, where we would play GoldenEye, and it'd be like we were like probably 6 or 7, and his little sister was like 4 or 5, and we're shooting each other in James Bond. It probably wasn't appropriate. I don't know if that was age appropriate, but that's what we were doing, and we were having a grand old time doing it.
So, do you feel like you have enough childhood memories to want to? Because I'm sure you'll have to buy it.
Yeah.
To want to buy the GoldenEye. N64,
well, let's say
remastered remake thing they're going to do?
It depends on the price if I would want to buy it. If it happens to be included in Game Pass, I'm downloading it.
Yeah, that'd be
I'll
good.
Definitely go for that. Definitely interesting. I don't know if I love it that much. And even the person who wrote this article, they had, like me, had fond childhood memories and they busted out the old N64 copy a while ago, and it actually, like, it doesn't hold up very well.
It does not look like it does.
The graphics definitely don't. So I don't know. We'll see. It'd be fun to mess around with for a while. I don't know how long-term of a play it would be.
For Goldeneye, it looks like there's a gun, and then there's a couple of, like, baddies.
Yeah.
And it looks like a screwdriver came out of the gun or something. Like, I don't understand what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and they're in very unnatural positions. The henchmen are in, but I think they both just got shot. So, that's how you die. You, like, flail all over the place when you die, obviously, when you get shot by a gun one time.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, it's time for you to answer for your Apple addiction.
Do I have one? No.
You're an official spokesperson for Apple, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not, but if I am brand loyal, then it would probably be to them.
That's for sure. So it's time for you to explain the new Apple ad. Have you seen it? Did they run it past you before they started?
Oh, no, they don't even bother doing ads with me because they just know that I'm good.
Yeah, you already know about. So have you seen? So you haven't seen the new Apple Watch ad?
I have not. I'm looking in the article.
Yeah, it is.
Is it a 911 one?
It is.
No.
They use 3 different 911 calls that were placed on Apple Watches. And they actually use the audio from the calls where, like, the good news is the people were all rescued. One is a farmer who fell down a well and broke his leg. One is somebody who was blown out to sea.
Oh, gosh.
And then another is a woman trapped in her car, which is flipped upside down and filled with water.
Well, then you have to have an Apple Watch.
Yeah,
guys.
that's exactly the argument. It's like, if you don't have the Apple Watch, you might die.
Well, they could have gone with a more lighter approach to the ad. I had not seen this one before.
It's pretty intense. I think it might be new because it definitely, I learned this when I was in broadcasting school because I learned a lot about advertising. Advertising is supposed to get your attention, and it definitely gets your attention.
So this is for the new Series 7 watch.
Uh-huh.
You want me to be honest with you?
Yeah. What, do you already have it? Or?
So yesterday, Eric went out to go get something, and he got me the Series 7 watch yesterday. It was on sale.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it was.
Man, it's my safety. Man, I hate that this happened.
You don't want to... You wouldn't want to wind up in a well without an Apple Watch, would you?
Do you want me blown out to sea?
No, I do not. Well, it's not going to stop you from being blown out to sea. It's just going to stop you from dying when you're blown out to sea, potentially.
Actually, it's bad. I didn't buy the cellular one, so I'll still go float out.
You're still gonna wind up with your leg broken in a well. No way. It's not like you have a phone or anything to call.
I'm gonna need to be saved some other way. But oh man, that really makes me seem like an Apple fangirl.
But yeah, you hadn't even seen the ad though.
Hadn't even seen the ad.
You think maybe the ad would have given you pause if you watched it?
No, I am so okay. I think the Series 2 one was my last Apple Watch.
Oh yeah, so it's been a while.
It's been a while, and it wasn't working as well.
Oh yeah,
so it really wouldn't have saved me.
That one wouldn't have helped.
And for this, the redesign of it is so nice.
It is.
It's super nice.
Yeah,
I'm so
after one
excited
day.
I got it.
Yeah.
I am so if you need to save me, then my watch is there.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're going to be safe.
Yeah.
Actually, you could interpret this commercial in a different way. You could see it as, if you buy the Apple Watch, bad things might happen. I mean, you'll be rescued, but 3 out of 3 people in this commercial had life-threatening experiences.
No, but see, you have to
have
remember,
one common thing in common.
Apple Watches can get so expensive that now I have to stay at home because there's no more money to go do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not going on a boat.
There's
or
no
going
chance.
Out.
Yeah, right.
I don't live on a farm.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm okay.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
And all cat owners out there,
We should listen up.
you listen up. It comes from the Seoul Metropolitan Fire and Disaster Department. That's Seoul, as in Seoul, South Korea, where they want to let you know, if you've got a cat, watch out. The cat may start a fire in your house.
Really?
Yeah.
From doing what?
They say that over
Are they playing with matches?
Who has matches?
I know. Actually, you're right. Who has a match?
Yeah. They say that over the
I
past.
can see a cat though going.
Yeah. Maybe if it's I don't even know.
I have the long flame thing that you just do that.
Does it have the electric little thing that looks like could bring Frankenstein to life, or is it just like the flamethrower?
It's just the small, tiny, gentle flamethrower.
Yeah. No, there's a new kind that you charge it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't run it, and then it has a little electric little buzz thing instead of a flame. It's pretty awesome. They're pretty cool. But no, this has nothing to do with that. They say in South Korea that over the past 3 years, cats have caused more than 100 house fires. Now, fortunately, they say they believe only 4 people have been injured in those over 100 house fires. But you know how the cats are doing it?
What are they doing?
More often than not is by turning on the stove.
Oh, they're jumping on them.
Yeah. Have you ever had that problem?
No, my cat will try to get, I don't light candles near my cat Mochi.
Yeah.
He is so fluffy. I'm afraid he would just, light up. He's super fluffy.
Yeah, like in Christmas Vacation.
And
or
he always
something.
goes real close to it. So I don't do candles right now at the moment until we
they probably like the warmth.
Yeah, until we get past that part of what we're doing now.
Yeah.
But he'll more just drink out of your drink, but he doesn't go near the stove.
He doesn't go near the stove. I actually have one family member, they have one of those. And I think this is the issue. The stoves that are like the low profile stoves that don't actually have real knobs on them. It's just all touch, really.
Yeah.
And so the cats will jump up on the counter, walk across the stove or lie down on the stove or whatever, and mess with those buttons.
They can turn them on.
And turn on the oven. So they do say, again, only 4 people they believe have been injured because the fires were more often than not started when people weren't home, when the actual owners weren't home.
They say if you have a stove like that and if you have a cat, you got to remove any flammable objects like paper towels and stuff away from the stove.
Yeah, but you should get that on the stove anyways.
Well,
it's dangerous.
Not close to it. But then that way, in case the cat knocked over stuff too while turning on your stove, I didn't know they could do this.
Yeah.
I didn't know they weighed enough to do that.
Yep.
And that way you could be safer.
You got to watch out with those cats. They're not saying whether this is intentional or not.
Are they mad at you guys?
They're not saying. You look at a cat. You don't think it has the potential to intentionally start a fire?
I don't know. When
you
my
look
cat,
at those eyes. You can tell.
Mochi will look at me and then just knock the cup over with water.
Yeah.
But I don't think lighting on fire.
That's an extreme. He doesn't hate you enough yet. He hasn't lived with you long enough.
The water is the punishment enough.
Yeah.
Because it's always when I'm sleeping and you just hear conk and then whoosh and then you got to get up.
Yeah. Well, watch out. All I'm saying is just be careful.
Be aware.
You don't know what he's up to. So, and that goes for all cats everywhere.
It would be nice if the cats could turn your stove on and make you a little something, but it doesn't have that in this article.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do. It might not be. Maybe they just want some nice fish or something, nice cooked up in a pan.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's a new year, and you know what that means. A new you, and not just a new you, a new someone for you, a new someone for you to be with.
What? You mean?
I loved that.
You mean in January?
It sounded better in my head.
Everybody wants to find a special someone.
A special someone, new.
You have to do that
for someone to you.
A
to
new
be.
boo.
I still can't do it. Yeah, there we go. Why didn't I just have you write it?
You have to get it in time so that you're in an established relationship by Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So you got to start now.
It seems from what Isaiah has shared with me that the dating scene is picking up. I mean, I you kind of understand. In January makes sense. New Year's resolutions, like Nikki said, Valentine's Day. You don't want to be single. At least some people don't want to be single when Valentine's Day rolls around. And a lot of people maybe break up over the holidays, or they go through the holidays single and they don't like it, so they want to, So there are a lot of reasons, but they all add up to January. If you want to get out there and
this is the month you're supposed
and meet
to
somebody, this is the month to do it.
This is when it says in the article, at least, this is when the most new users are on the dating apps. So you have the highest odds of meeting someone.
And it also says what's dating. There's dating Sunday, which is the first Sunday of the year.
Yeah.
And that's like the best time, which you missed it already.
Yeah. We're already past it, so you blew that one. But
I think that Sunday doesn't count.
Okay, so this
because it
one.
was on the week. Well, Sunday is on the weekend, but like New Year's was on the weekend.
Yeah.
So that was all just rolled in. So this Sunday will be a big Sunday.
This is your
for
Sunday.
Maybe getting out there.
This is your
and
Sunday.
Meeting up with somebody. Yeah.
They say that it's the time that everybody starts texting each other and sending messages. So if you're looking for someone, you have to start it now again. So then you're set for this weekend.
All right. Does anybody have any advice for people that maybe are getting out there?
For dating advice?
For dating advice.
Getting on the apps or something?
Should we
Just-
give advice on anything?
I don't know. Just
we're
send
both
it.
married. We've
Send it.
We did something right.
Just send it.
Just send it.
That's the only advice we can give you. Just send it.
Well, I think don't get too committed too quick. Make sure you know each other really well.
Yeah.
Don't be desperate that you'll just take anybody. You want to find the right somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
I was talking to one of my friends recently who was getting ready for a date, and
Yeah.
it seemed as if he'd almost talked himself out of the date before he even went. And so my advice would be just going with an open mind. Don't go
That's
into the first date like, oh my gosh, I already love this person, or don't go into it like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hate this person
Yeah.
either. Just come in an open mind. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and you can walk away and you don't have to talk again if you don't want to. But if you vibe with them and you have a good time, then you can.
Oh, and also, please don't ghost anybody. Even if
Yeah.
it didn't work out, you don't have to be that way. So you can at least respectfully not see them anymore.
Yeah.
But you don't have to ghost somebody.
Be nice. Just because it's not going to work out doesn't mean you shouldn't be nice, right? Everybody deserves respect.
Now look at that. We're talking about dating. We're already talking
Yeah.
about if it doesn't work out.
Right.
Yeah, I know. We're like,
Hey.
so when it doesn't work out, just like make sure this is kind of how you go about like not like talking to them anymore. We've already moved on to that part. It's
You
not when
gotta-
it works out, it's when it doesn't work
You
out.
gotta be prepared for every circumstance. And what are the odds? I don't know. It's different for every person, but what are the odds you go on a first date and it's successful, or you go on a first date and it's not successful?
Yeah.
You don't know, so you want to be ready for both options. But hey, hopefully it works out. Hopefully you get on the app or whatever. You meet somebody quick that you like, and it all goes according to plan. And Valentine's Day rolls around, and boom. Hopefully they're buying you chocolates.
And if you want us to meet anyone, if you want to float their profile past
Yeah.
us, we'll be happy to tell you if we think they're good enough for you or not.
Yeah, we'll tell you if they're good or not. Right off the rip. We'll just
Yeah.
kind of look through the profile. We're like,
We-
we don't really know if this is the one for you.
We know the flags and what to look for.
Oh, that's for
so
sure.
We
That's
can
for
help
sure.
out with that. Be like, hey, does this person look good? We'll be happy to help.
Yes, let the riot run your dating life. That sounds great.
Oh, you don't have to pay us anything. Trust us. We'll ruin it for free.
Yeah.
We'll tell you why everybody sucks.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.